Today's lesson is about cockpit drill. It is 5 elements, DSSSM. Those are the elements when we sit in the car, we look for it. This is the start of your driving. Okay, so let's get into the car. Okay, so I opened the door. You might hear some noise, which means I have started the engine, but it's gone quiet now because I wanted to warm it up. It's like human body. When you start your exercise, running or any gym exercise, we warm up first. Okay, so good morning first of all. This is Saeed Shah from SS Driving School. Okay, so when we sit in the car, this is our very first lesson. Now please do comment if you don't understand anything. There may be a language barrier or something you might miss, so please do let me know. Now this is our driving instructor presenter. The first topic we cover is called DSSSM: doors, seat, steering, seat belt, and mirrors. Now when we sit down, the first thing we do is make sure that the doors are closed. So we check it by hand. We see the visual control. We have no signs at all, and we might hear some noise from outside. So that's how we check the doors. Okay, now because the doors are closed, my next one is seat. Now seat has got 4 adjustments. First of all, on the right hand side, as it shows in the picture here, we have a switch here, a clip which is pumping. That pumping is making my seat up or down. If you see my position now, I'm pushing it down, so I'm going down. Okay, now I have to do this for my height so I can see the road well ahead. So when the road ahead is fine at the moment, because it's a little low for me, so I'm gonna pump it up to bring myself forward. You see, it's going up, and it can go to maximum position. For example, this is maximum. Now I'm sitting like that, and I can see the road well ahead, like that, and that's what the height is for. Then it's the base of the seat. This is called the base, where we actually sitting. Now when we call the base, in automatic, we check it with these pedals only if we can reach them. You see, I can reach the pedals while my sole is on the floor, it's touching the floor. Okay, now if it was manual car, you check it with the clutch. So what you do, you put the clutch down while your base, the sole of your foot, is still on the floor, and you press the clutch all the way to the bottom without stretching. If I stretch like that in a manual car, then I'm away from it. So what I do, I'll hold on to the steering wheel at the 12 o'clock position, put my hand here, there is a little bar. Can you hear the noise? This will make me move the seat forward and backward. And I must hear this noise. This noise means it's locked in this position now. It's safer. It's not gonna move when I brake or when I accelerate. Okay, so that's the base. Now this is called the rack of the seat. The rack of the seat is from my lower spine to my shoulder bones. Where the bones starts, over there I need to have a contact with the seat. In order to check that correctly, I'll put my wrists on the clock. I said clock because the steering wheel we assume as a clock. So I put my hands here. If I have a slight bend in my arm, that simply means I can reach my hand controls while I'm driving. See, and I can look around and I can do this while I'm driving comfortably. And that is the best posture. If I do it too much back, for example, if it is like that, or if it is like this, that is not comfortable. It's no good. So that's why I must sit comfortably, and make sure you have that contact and you can sit comfortably while you're driving around. So that is the best posture for your back safety. You must consider this. Okay, now the last bit of the seat is the head restraint. The question in the tell me question is, how would I know that my head restraint is properly adjusted so it can give me better protection in case of any crash? So the middle of it, or the rigid part, should be lined up with my eyes or on top of my ears. Okay, what does that mean? This little bit place everybody has got naturally by God is because it's the middle and it goes against it. It's slightly tilted if you watch it, because the distance between the head and the head restraint is less. It's the best position. Okay, the quicker I hit, the more I save my soft tissues, and that soft tissues are the injury called neck and head injury called whiplash, which is medically unproven. So that is why we must keep ourselves correctly. In order to adjust it, most of the car will have a button here or a button here. You can push it up or down according to your height. Okay, so that is your seat done. Seat is done. Now it's the steering. Steering is again one of the hand controls. Always think of this as a clock. Okay, so now first of all, the height of this. Now it's stiff at the moment because the engine is not running. So I'm going to press the foot brake in order to start the engine so that I can feel and release it nice so that I can adjust it correctly. Now, one of the tell me question for that is also, if the engine is running, it should feel light. That's why it's light at the moment. But for adjustment, it's important the engine to be running to adjust. On the steering column or the neck of it, we have this hook here. So we press this hook down, it can come down, it can go in, it can come out, it can go up. According to your height, you must adjust it correctly. For me, the height here is fine. So the 5 o'clock position, I'll hold it with the right hand. With the left hand, I'll pull this back. Once it's locked, and this is the 10 to 2 or quarter to 3 position. Why the 2 position for holding? This one is 20 mile, 30 mile small roads. More, no problem. But when it comes to 40, 50, 60, especially 60 and 70 mile, I must hold it correctly from here, 10 to 2. 10 to 2 means 10 minutes to 2 o'clock. It gives me better grip. If you have seen Formula 1, they don't have the full rim. They only have little grip here. And that's very much because if they mess about slightly in inches, nanoseconds, their car will flip and it is losing the control of the car. That's why it's better to hold from here. And also pull push. So this belongs to 12 and 6. This is for the right hand, this is for the left hand. We must not cross our hands when we're using the steering. Oversteer, understeer happens because of loose control as well. Or we don't want to do it for some reason because of lack of judgment, how much we need to turn. It depends on the size of the vehicle as well. If you're driving a larger vehicle, you must take a wider turn. If it is a small one, you just move your body away from the seat and help yourself while you're doing this. Yeah, like that. Okay, this is called pull push. So we don't cross hands. If I want to go to the right, I pull it to the right while this one is sliding. It comes to the 7 o'clock position. Then if I still need to turn right, I'll push it with that and slide this one against it. And it meets again at 10 to 2. Okay? Similarly, if I want to go to the left, I'll bring my hand to the 12 o'clock, pull it down and slide this one against up to 5 o'clock. Then push it with the right, slide to the 10 to 2 and make sure that it's nice and straight and I'm using it correctly. In order to use the steering in a good way, you must have the combination of using the foot brake with it. A lot of students make the mistake by going faster around the bends and they still want to do and they struggle with the steering just because the car is running from them. That is why if you apply the brake slightly, it will help you steer correctly and you will not panic and you will be able to look around. If I'm looking around and doing this and braking, it's a combination of 3 different tasks. And it is important to have that one more in control than this, and visual will be automatically in control because I'll have more confidence. Okay, so that's done the steering wheel. Now, we must have free movement and clear view of the dial. The height adjustment was for this reason. We can call them visual controls, like mobile. If I press on my mobile here, I can see it's 51% charging, it's 10 o'clock, it's Monday 22nd September, things like that. Notification, message. Similarly, here I see visual controls by seeing petrol, by seeing something wrong with the car. If my seat belt is not on or anything, that shows me visually. That's why we call it visual controls. In order to adjust this, the height wise, that's one of the reasons as well, to be able to see the dials clearly. Okay, I hope you guys are getting the point. The next bit is seat belt, which is the last S. Now, seat belt under 14 is my responsibility, first of all, okay? So let me just adjust my seat a little bit so that I can apply and remove the seat belt correctly. First of all, my far hand, which is my left hand, it will go to the clip here. But first of all, before pulling it on, I must adjust the height. If you look here, let me put my seat back so you can see. Show the height to them, please. This button we press and it came down. When it is down, it comes to my shoulder here. If it is up, then it is coming to my neck. And that's no good in case of any crash. So in case of accident, God forbid, if it is higher than your height, it will come to your neck and it can damage your skin or obviously your throat. Now, that is why there is a law that if the child is 12 years or at least 135 centimeter, he can sit in the front seat. If not, that child is 12-year-old, legally he can sit there, but if he is shorter in height, you must put a booster seat for his height to be up. Now, when we apply this, we obviously pull it with the left hand, which is the far hand, pass the buckle to your left hand, release the belt with the hand which is closer to the belt, and clip here. Make sure you hear the noise. And then this is shoulder belt, this is shoulder belt, this is lap belt. These two must not have any twist. They have like that, comfortably sitting. Now, for that child who is 12-year-old but he's shorter, in order to make him safe, you can put sometime this under his arm. It's still holding him safely, but he is maybe a little bit in trouble, but he is still safer than keep bringing it to his neck. Now, when we reduce, when we know how the mechanism works, this is how it works. If something happens, the sensor of the car will stop it will lock this, and it will not make me move forward. Like, see, it's gone locked. I can push it, but I am unable to move it further. As soon as I release it slightly, the sensor of the car is saying, oh, the car is stationary, you can let the passenger move freely forward and backward. But as soon as something happens, it's locked. See, I can't go forward. And that is why seat belt is very important, and it plays a very safe role in your life. Unfortunately, I have to mention one thing. My Pakistani people, especially when they come into learning seat belt, especially in the back seat, it looks like they are not aware of it at all. They are not aware of the good side of it. They say, oh, do I have to wear the seat belt? So the law says you must wear a seat belt if the vehicle is fitted with one. अगर गाड़ी में एक है तो आपको लाजमी लगाना है. Why? Who is exempted? A person who is medically exempted, but he must carry the proof, the certificate from the doctor, so police can ask for a proof and they can show. For safety, bus drivers, black cab drivers, nowadays private hire vehicle in the UK are also exempt from it, so the bad passenger in the back cannot strangle them with this. That is why it is important for them to wear it, but they are exempt, those three people, okay? So that's the seat belt. When we want to undo it, we press the button, take our hand out and let it roll like a Hoover wire, and it goes back there. Sometimes we don't do it correctly and it twists here and it goes to the door. So it's unsafe again. So always make sure it's gone correctly to the actual thing and it's pulled forward. Thank you. Last one is mirrors. This M is mirrors. Now we got 3 mirrors, okay? Let me just show you a bigger picture so you get better understanding. This is the interior mirror, which is here in the car, okay? Now, interior mirror is flat. One of the theory question is, what's the difference between the interior mirror and the two side door mirrors? This glass is flat. It will give you a true picture of the back. That means whatever you see is at the exact distance which you can just judge by your own eyesight. Now these two have a concept of the physics thing which is called convex. So they are slightly like in shape, which means it will show you wider vision, but things will be actually looking further away than they are, and that can be misguiding. So you can use them for wider vision, but do not trust them as much as this one. Now when it comes to mirrors, the first thing is the order of checking them. This mirror will always come first. If you guys remember the hazard perception in your theory and you wanted to score 5 on each clip, it's a good thing, isn't it? Because you wanted to pass the test with good marks. But you must know the reason of hazard perception added in 2004 to the theory test. It's just to create your awareness that you are sitting here behind this wheel, but you are looking further ahead, at least 150 to 200 yards away, and you are scanning all around 360 degrees from this curb to the right hand curb. It will cover cyclists, cars, going, coming, pedestrians, footpaths, anything, virtually anything, basically, literally everything. Now that simply means a developing hazard was the thing which was giving you 5 marks. Stationary, like static hazard or potential hazard, was not. So in this practical, the good thing is, as soon as you see something, either is potential, either is static, either is developing, which is the actual hazard which is going to change your speed or direction, you check this mirror first, and that comes with this. If you see my head going towards it, that's the minimum head movement. A lot of students argue with us, or they just don't agree for some whatever reason. They see, oh, I've checked it. They hardly move their head. Okay. In mirror checking, very important, a lot of students don't know the importance of it, the adjustment. If you look in this picture, why you guys think he is using left hand to adjust it? If you look at me now this hand is close to the mirror, and this is how I must hold, from here or here. No fingerprints, because it gets dirty. You can clean it, but it's better to use it like that. Now what we do, we adjust the top of this with the top of the back window. So that will show me as a result the whole of the back window. This is covering a little bit of my head restraint. That simply means I can actually see. Now when I look, I must move my head. A lot of students just like very really, we call it conjuice, like tight in English. Don't be tight, don't be shy to check, because this is for your safety. So move your head and check it. When it comes to checking the mirrors, that was for the interior mirror. Then if I'm going right, I must move my head to that mirror. Then if I'm going left, I must move my hand there. So in order to check my head first, if I'm turning right, interior mirror, right door mirror, then signal. If I'm going left, interior mirror, then left door mirror. The person sitting in this seat, the examiner, we are not talking the examiner because we are driving, we're talking about safe driving for life. But if you are concerned about passing your test, you must do this properly. Each time you're changing direction, you're changing speed, or you're signaling. Now, when it comes to direction, you must look in that direction with this mirror simultaneously. If you miss it, it's a serious fault, because anybody or anything can be on that side of the car. Okay, now that's it. There's the anti-dazzle thing, which is not very important now, because this one is automatic, the car adjusted itself. But in the old technologies, you have a small button here which you can use. Okay guys, this cockpit drill, you must understand, everything has a reason why we need to have the cockpit drills. This procedure, DSSSM, doors, seat, steering, and then seat belt, and then mirrors, because we are all different heights and sizes, and if I sit in a different vehicle, or I'm sharing a car with my family member. They might be different size and shape to me. So that is why each time the person who is getting behind the wheel must do all these things. For example, I'm going to move off in a second. So I adjusted the seat again. I can rest my foot here because it's in parking, because it's automatic, and I can do that. And I'm going to put my seat belt so I'm correctly fine. And again, mirrors are all adjusted, car engine on, and I'm moving off. So each time we do this exercise, this is just for you to get to the correct position and the correct adjustment so you are safe once you move off. That was the objective of this topic. I hope you have learned something.